Hello, this is Adam from Scan Pro Audio. Today we're back with the V-Stage and we're going to look at the organ section of the V-Stage. I'm joined as always with Andy from Roland.
Hello.
So where shall we start?
So going to quickly mention that we do two models of the V-Stage. One which has got a waterfall action, which is a 76 key model, which we haven't got in front of us today. But it's worth mentioning because if organ is your main focus of your sound, you might prefer that as a playing surface.
Yeah.
But having said that, though, in the 88 key version,
nice.
And if you're using the organ section, it's got it's kind of high trigger point, so you're not going to be digging into it in order to sort of do your sweeps and glissandos, which is nice. And in the organ section over here, so you can see we've got hardware controls for our drawbars, we've got controls for percussion, vibrato, and chorus, and overdrive, plus a lot more editing in the menu, which we'll get into. We have 4 major types of tone wheel organ. 4 major types of organ. So
yeah.
Tone wheel organ.
One is the tone wheel.
Yeah, number 1 is tone wheel organ.
There you go.
2 types of transistor. And also our pipe organ.
So if we push this,
yep.
We can go into here. You can hear the differences.
So that's our transistor 2.
I just want to play so many cheesy songs. I'm really not going to do it. And then, of course, we end on pipe organ. And, of course, each different one of these categories has its own. So if we go into there, we've then got subcategories where we've got different types, and that subcategory has then got its own subcategory. So there's loads. I'm guessing then, because you're picking organs now, it's not like synthesizer section where you go to synth. You got many different types of synths. In effect, it's the same organ, but what it's doing is it's giving you different drawbar configurations. It's important to mention that. So you might find one of these, and you can see it's actually changing. So you can see, you might think, I like that one. How's that sound made up? You can clearly see that it's actually a 16-foot all the way out, an 8-foot, a 2 2/3 and a 2, so you can actually then instantly go back to that sound. Well, we can do that ourselves, switch the rest off, and it's the same sound, but then I can then edit that and add more stuff to it.
Yeah, and if you've let's say for instance you've customized it and you've changed this on here, and if you go to a different preset on here, if you press H bar manual, it'll take it back to reflecting where the physical positions are.
I wonder what that was.
So that's
clever. I like that.
That's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's a good feature to have.
And we mentioned in the overview video as well that actually in the organ section you've got an upper, lower, and a pedal part as well. So if I press Shift to turn on the lower and turn on the pedal, when you flick between them,
you can
the light changing.
You've actually got a drawbar for these. Now, if you wanted to be more of a traditional player, and you wanted to connect in something like using the MIDI, connecting, of course, a pedal board. We've got various different pedal boards available here at Scan. You can actually do that as well. You could set your pedal, obviously, to control your MIDI, your MIDI pedals, and then you've got a drawbar for those MIDI pedals. When you just select, you can see there you've got a 16-foot. That you can use for that, which is great. And
also, because we have external device inputs over USB, if you wanted to add in a second keyboard MIDI controller, say if you wanted to have a dual manual setup, you could do that.
You can do that as well.
And using the split point function on here, you can also, if you're just using the one keyboard, you can set your split points as well, so that you can have all 3 sounds running on the same keyboard surface, which is good.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, which is great.
And let's just go back to split reset to go back. I'm just gonna reset my sound. So the Rotary speaker as well. If you're keen-eyed and you're looking on here, you can see actually we've got 2 sets of controls for a Rotary speaker. They actually do the same function. The reason that they're doubled up on there is, well, for 2 reasons really, is that having it on the far left for a lot of players might be a muscle memory kind of thing. They're so used to sort of triggering it over there, which is quite nice. But sometimes some players might be happy sort of triggering it in the organ section, which means that you can then reassign these to do different functions.
That's good. That is good.
So yeah, it is the same function on there, but it just gives you that flexibility of either having it in a more comfortable position, or you can sort of assign
And
it
let's
to
be honest with you now, if they were just assignable buttons and you were an organ player, you'd be hitting that as a rotary anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it makes
exactly.
sense that it's, as default, it's a rotary, but it's assignable if you wanted it to be something else.
Yeah, in fact, actually, one of my colleagues that I work with, who plays the organ, he was saying that actually he never uses the brake function, for instance, but will use the speed often, but then has reassigned that as like a drive switch. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And talking of sort of the rotary speaker effect, in the menu we have a lot of control over that. So we're going to use the V-Stage shortcut, which is to hold menu and press one of the buttons on here.
To be honest, I was blown away to be honest, because many organs that are out nowadays, whether it be many different brands do them now, of course, all available at Scan, but they all have to have some kind of online editor or whatever to have it all on a really nice screen, which is easy to read, easy to see, that you can use live. Whether you probably would want to use it live or not is debatable, but obviously the beauty of this is, like with any other videos that we've done where we've created sounds, etc., you can then go to the nth degree and literally change anything about the organ and then store it as your own preset.
Yeah, exactly. So if we start just very basically, we've got our control for speed on here on the front.
Yeah.
But we can choose, as well as having the brake, we can choose the mic distance, how close it is to the sound. We've got the amount of amp distortion, which we can crank on if you really want for those kind of like more detect tones. But then if we go to our next thing, we've got control over the speed of both the woofer and the tweeter, both when they're going at the slow speed and also at the fast pace, which is quite good. You can choose the acceleration, so how long does it take to transition from the slow to the high speed, which is nice. And if you wanted to as well, you can even choose the angle of the brake. So if you engage the brake on the rotary speaker, where is it that the horn and the woofer are sort of stopped?
Very clever. And the beauty is as well, of course, you can almost create an organ preset and store that, and you can then store it with a different tremolo speed as another preset. Things like that. I'm just trying to think things what you would. It's not all about just the sound.
No.
It's about having these different facilities available, and then obviously having them. You can create a chain. We've done a video on how to do that with these different presets in a chain, and it's awesome.
Yeah. So many different options that you can really get in, and also sort of tweak a little bit of the EQ with it as well. Another nice thing though is that we have, as some tone wheel organs used to have, is they'd have their own effects on board, so a ring modulator, a delay, and a reverb. And let's just say use the reverb as an example. So this is a separate reverb to the one that's in the
which is important because if you're layering a sound with an organ, you might want reverb on the organ and not on the other thing, or vice versa, which is important to say that.
Yeah, and on these tone wheel organs where they had these effects built in, although it's not listed that way in here, but these are actually before the rotary speaker.
Yeah.
So if we have let's just crank up the balance on this one, so it's kind of like if you've got headphones on, you might hear, but with the sort of the tail of the reverb, it's sort of slightly
here as well.
Slightly spun around in the speaker, and that's because it's sort of, as I say, it's before the rotary speaker in the chain, which is quite nice. And then, like with the other sections on the V-Stage, you've got control over level and pan and its own EQ. And if you are using it with other equipment, you can put in program change messages as well, so that when you select your preset scene on here, it can send out a program change message, so it'll trigger a different sound if you've got it connected to a module.
Obviously at Scan we sell Ketron, so we sell lots of Ketron modules, etc. So you could almost create a preset so that when you change it, it will not only change here, it will change on your device, whatever that might be as well.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
really, really clever. I like that.
Which is good. And but again, just everything being sort of the core controls just being accessible from the front panel is really nice. So as well as, you know, we talked about having we've got sort of 3 sections of quartet and chorus, which you can sort of quickly access on here. You've got control for your percussion, which you can turn off and on. We have our drive, our amp sims, if you do want that, and again different types of amp sims. So we've got guitar amp simulators, or a saturator, a kind of effect and stuff. And very quick to get to grips with. And if you want to layer these with other sounds, like with any other section on the V-Stage, you can just turn on a different section to bring them in at the same time. Or if you wanted to have this as part of a split, if you want your organ in the right, you can have that, and then you could have, say, your electric piano turn on and just have that in the left, and it's already set up there.
Full on doors, mate.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. You've got that flexibility to go through. And don't forget, when you're going through some of these, what we're talking about with the presets, where was that before? You know, where we're...
Oh, so
it mentioned it.
Are preset scenes.
Yeah, so don't forget, with the V-Stage, really important that if you are selecting one of these preset scenes and you find one that might be an organ or any of the presets, I'm trying to find one that's like I want a pipe organ.
Oh, okay.
I want a pipe organ. There must be one in here.
There is.
So even though it's selected a pipe organ sound, it has selected things in the other sections. So if I switch this one on, we've got like a pad sound in there. So there are other sounds that will work with that sound. So if we go for, I mean, there's loads, isn't there, in here? Hey, what's that one? Oh, that's not tone. Shimmer organ. I mean, that's already got other presets on. But just because they're dark, what Roland have very, very cleverly done is every time they've picked an organ sound or any of the preset sounds, even though the other sounds are off, it's thought, what would you use when you're using that sound? What might be a sound you want to alternate to? Or might be, what sound would you want to dual voice with, or whatever, or split, or whatever. So it's really important that when you are going through these presets, often look at... you know, that's a tone wheel there. So if I just turn that up a touch, it's got a lot of percussion on. What have they put with it? So what EP is there with it? Or what synth sound have they put with it? So they can always check those out, because not only will it give you a nice pad when you're layering or whatever, but it will also introduce you to new sounds. I always find that you know, generally when you pick a piano sound, what's the sound that everybody layers with a piano? It's always strings. But when you go through some of the piano sounds in here or whatever, you'll find pad sounds or sounds that you would never dream of layering. So it's important to check those out. Definitely like that.
Yeah.
Have you got any favourite organ sounds that you like, or let's go in.
Go in. Into the let's just go back to
A1.
There we go.
There we go. So that's the first one.
Yeah.
So if we go into push that now, so then we go into, I mean, I'm already loving sound one.
Yeah. It's just got a hint of drive to it. Kind of.
Yeah. So have you noticed how I don't press that? I did press it there because I expect it to be there.
The other thing I should mention about that, actually, though, is about these being assignable. Yeah. That can be done per scene as well.
Right.
So, like, you know, so for instance, if you're doing a scene where the organ's not the focus or something.
Yeah. You want to assign those to something else for that particular one, but when you go to an organ, you want it back to be a Rotary again.
Yeah.
Clever. What else have we got? Transistor's going to be like boxy. I know you can't say that, but I can.
Yeah.
What have we got in pipe? It's important as well. I don't know if we've mentioned. We've done that many of these videos today. I can't remember. But don't forget, it's important that when you are messing with these presets, if you decide that you like something as you're going along, you can quickly save it, give it a name, and then you can assign it to a favorite. So then it appears instantly as a favorite when you switch on the instrument as well, which is really important to mention. These are your biggies. Oh, it's a great sound, really, really good. So very authentic in all categories. What have we got laying with it?
And again, like the acoustic piano section, you've got unlimited delivery on the organ
Yeah,
section
of course,
as well,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I won't play Ozzy Osbourne, but yeah, you get. But yeah, it's a great. You've got loads of features on there. You've got so many editing capabilities with that. Not to mention you've got the drawbars for your upper and your lower and a pedal sound, whether that be a MIDI bass pedal or a split, like you mentioned earlier, which is really good. You've got some great, not only tonal choices, you've got a great overdrive, you've got vibrato, you've got percussion, you've got everything that you need to be add an organ flavour, shall we say, to your playing.
And combined with any of the other sounds and everything, and it's a great instrument.
Love it. Right, thanks for that.
Yeah,
so there we go. That was our little sort of look into the organ section on the Roland V-STAGE. Don't forget, if you want to check out more content about the Roland V-STAGE, check us out on scan.co.uk, or alternatively, of course, on YouTube. We're at Scan Keyboards, where you can find a nice overview video of V-STAGE, not to mention deep dives and looks into various different sections of the V-STAGE. So thanks very much for your time, as always.
Thank you. Yeah.
And we'll see you in a minute to do some more videoing. So thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye now.